Hello and welcome to the BIM Kitchen. And today we are welcoming Alexander Sidorov. Please share uh, what is your domain task, how you will describe your role, and who you are.
Thank you for having me. I'm Alex. I'm sitting currently in my kitchen or dining room in Germany, working for a Luxembourgish company. So I work abroad every day, which is called GAMMA AR, and we do augmented reality for construction. And my role is mostly Chief Operating Officer and Financial Officer, but I also cover some business development tasks and bringing or buying coffee beans for the coffee machine. A little bit of everything.
What inspires you?
Well, it's bi-directional, I would say. Once it's working with the people who are trying to bring something new to an industry which is very established in its habits. And on the other side, it's learning how the younger people navigate the industry, how older people try to defend the best practices, and seeing how all of this interacts and sometimes fights.
What do you think or feel when you hear BIM?
I must say I have very mixed feelings to this terminology, because being from the outside, it very early became clear to me that it's a buzzword which many people use to feel distinguished, others to put something as irrelevant. So I hear a lot of people referring to BIM as something which is invented for the office people. On the other side, I hear other people trying to position themselves as BIM experts just to showing that they're better than everybody else.
Do you cook, and what is your favorite dish?
I was a teenager. My brother was sick, and once I cooked a soup for him, it was, of course, a ready-made soup from a little packet, where you just needed to like add a couple of liters of water and then add this ingredients and everything will be done. Turned out it was not a couple of liters, but just 3/4 of liters. So that was essentially my high point or my low point in my cooking career at home. People said, like, just Alex, don't touch the kitchen. At home, I have the benefit of having a wife who cooks amazingly. But we have the tradition that every Sunday I cook pancakes for, well, mostly my kids, but also if we have visitors, for them.
What is your biggest challenge or frustration in your work?
I think the realization that there is so much things ongoing in construction, so much demand ongoing. And at the same time, you have this huge industry with so low margins. So many things go wrong. And so many things go wrong in a similar manner every time. So everybody claims that every project is a snowflake and unique, but in the end, all of the mistakes are more or less similar, preventable. And the volume just increases, complexity increases. Many people cannot keep up. And at the same time, we have the completely opposite on the younger people joining the forces, right? Not enough, discouraged from the very beginning, unless they had the chance of having a good mentor who helps them navigating this, and then they very, very quickly go up. On one side, you have this pull towards the industry, but on the other side, there is not enough people to actually fill this gap. And technology is one way of how you could potentially try to breach it, but it's a fundamental question, which is actually, to me, not repeatable in any other industry. Every other industry I've seen, every time, if there is some opportunity, people just storm into it and try to exploit everything. And in construction, it seems like it isn't.
What do you think is the most interesting trend in design and construction?
I think through the involvement of asset owners who get much, much more involved in the construction projects over the last years. So the fact that they get involved, they want to have and continuity information and try to do things and have transparency and reduce, of course, rework mistakes, etc. And at the same time, they do actively feel more and more the gap between the workforce not being able to deliver all of the volume which is requested. And I think one of the biggest trends which I see and really feel through the clients now is that more and more start doing the prefab thing, not just as a way to position themselves, but actually something which makes them being able to complete orders. Now it seems that most specialty contractors and even GCs start setting up own workshops which actually deliver on with very good margins, very efficiently, with much less rework. And this makes sense. I mean, somehow we need to fill the gap of being able to put something together on site. And the only way to do this is to do this off site. And I see more and more customers to expand to this region, region, and actually deliver very, very high quality products. Yeah. So I think the next couple of years will be a tremendous restructuring of how we work, and less will be done on site.
What advice would you give a BIM beginner, or maybe technology beginner, or maybe you could share with us your last tip?
What helped me a lot to get into the sector was, well, of course, talking to people. To realize quickly that everybody still has very limited experience. So even imagining somebody who has been in construction for 20 years, many times people, even if they changed companies, it was maybe once or twice, so they have the similar type of processes, and they might have experience. Let's say a project takes 1 to 2 years, right? So even in the 20 years, the amount of exposure they would have had is limited. So on one side, you can will get very, very detailed information from those people for very, very precise things. But on the other side, you always need to take this with a grain of salt, because not everybody is able to see and to compare actually experience across 1,000 projects. I think one of the best resources to learn is actually podcasts. Through hearing how people reflect about mistakes, you learn much more than people praising something. So I think this was very valuable. Yeah, I think podcasts and actually talking to people, if you can somehow reconcile the two of them, I think you will have a very good grasp of what is going on.